We are sad to learn that WWE Hall of Famer, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Terry Funk has passed away. The news broke today on Twitter. It's all over social media after Ric Flair and Mick Foley broke the news after they heard from Terry's family. I believe it was Terry's sister that let them know that he had passed today. Obviously, one of the biggest names ever in the history of professional wrestling and a huge loss for the business. Terry had been battling dementia over the last few years and was in an assisted living facility. He had gotten visits from people like Ric Flair and Mick Foley, Manny Fernandez. A lot of his old buddies would take trips down there to see him. And in the last few months, it looked like his health had taken a turn for the worse because it looked like he had lost a lot of weight. Obviously, again, this is very sad news to report. We have a brief write-up on the website. I'll read some of it. Terry got his start in professional wrestling in the mid-'60s for his father's Western States sports promotion. Everyone should know that he's done it all. He traveled all over the world. He wrestled for anywhere you can think of, from championship wrestling from Florida to All Japan Pro Wrestling to Continental Wrestling, NWA, WWF, ECW. He had that short run in the WWF from 1985 to 86, and then he was not portrayed as the guy that people knew prior to the WWF. So Terry said goodbye. He left. I believe that's the time when he told Vince that his horse was sick. And then he took off for a few years, made some movies in Hollywood, and he was actually a pretty good actor. Roadhouse, Over the Top, I believe he was in. Several movies. He returned to the NWA in 1989, technically World Championship Wrestling, and he had that legendary feud with Ric Flair, where he put the garbage bag over Ric Flair's head, which was unheard of at the time. He was one of the first guys you'd see breaking the table in the 80s. It's something that you never saw at the time. If you're in the younger class, younger generation, you'll remember his run in ECW. He was in the main event on a triple threat match for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. It was him being so selfless, and the way he put over everybody else, the way he put over the promotion. Terry Funk being associated with ECW just took ECW to a different level. And if not for Terry Funk, they might not have been a barely legal pay-per-view and that cash infusion that they needed to keep going at the time in 1997. That was the they needed him to get to that next level, to get on pay-per-view. Obviously, like I said, he'll go down as one of the greatest ever, and we'll have more on the website on WrestlingNews.co. R.I.P. Terry Funk, and condolences to all of his friends and family.